Welcome to Coventry Cars, Coffee and Questions. Today, we're going to talk about snow tires. Why are we going to talk about snow tires? The reason we're going to talk about snow tires, theoretically my cameraman is supposed to ask me a question, but that's okay. The question is, why do we need snow tires? And my answer to you would be, do we wear the same shoes in the middle of July that we wear in January? If your answer is yes, then I can't help you. But if your answer is no, then absolutely, we're going to go through the difference between an all-season tire that we have here and a bona fide winter tire right here. One of the biggest differences you'll see right off the bat is if I show you this tire right here, okay, I'm going to peel over here and you can have a look. You can see that the tread blocks are really wide and thick. Coupled with that, you've got what are known as sipes, and you can actually see the sipes right there, water sipes. These are designed to actually grab the snow and push it out to the sides so they have full contact on the center section, so you have traction. If you look by contrast, this all-season tire that's got very thick tread blocks and you can hardly move them because they're very, very thick. That's designed for more of a quiet ride, rocks, and anything that's heavier. The whole point of having a snow tire is when you're driving out there, the tire has to be able to grab that ice, chuck it out the sides so it can have traction to allow you to brake, steer, and corner better. When you look at tires, when do we change our tires? We physically work, these actually stop working at about 7 degrees Celsius. The rubber compound in here becomes really, really hard, and they have the same consistency of about a hockey puck. So think about a hockey puck driving around. How much traction do you have there? How much do you actually have to use with a hockey puck? These start to work at about 7 degrees all the way to about minus 40 degrees. That's your point when you sit back, and the reason we're telling you this now is we're sitting in the month of September. It's going to start getting cold. Halloween and trick-or-treating is just around the corner. We're going to start thinking about this swap over right here.
What tire size can I put on in winter?
So generally, when we look at a tire, I'm going to flip this over so you can actually see it. So we'll go through each one of the tire sizes. So on every tire you'll see 3 different numbers. You'll have a 255, 50, 20. That's this tire right here. 255 is the actual width of the tire. That is 255 millimeters. The second number is a percentage off this. So 50 series means 50% is the height of this entire width of the tire. And the last one, the last number there, the 20, is the actual diameter of this rim. This is a 20-inch rim. Now, traditionally, with a mud and snow tire, a winter tire, you can actually go down a series. So instead of putting a 20-inch wheel, if you have a set of 19-inch wheels, you can put 19-inch wheels and increase this aspect ratio. So you go down to a 19 and take this up to a 60 or 55, and maybe that down to a 245. And what that does is it gives you a thinner tire. So this section here becomes slightly thinner, so you can cut through the snow. You have a little bit more sidewall, so when you hit those patches of ice or those hard clumps of ice, you've got more rubber to absorb, grab that ice and push it out. And you go down to 19, so it becomes slightly smoother for you.
Should I just buy tires or swap them out on rims?
That's a really good question, Kieran. If we look at this tire and the construction of both these cars, when you have to put the tires on, you have to stretch this bead right around the rim here. That seals the tire to the rim, and when you inflate it, it keeps that pressure in there. With time, if you continuously break down this bead, at some point, this is going to start to weaken and the steel belts in there will start to fray. It's kind of like putting a laced up pair of shoes and you don't take the laces off and shove your foot into it. At some point in time, the heel of your shoe is going to start to fail. Same theory here. So if you have a set of rims and tires that are dedicated, you will not fall into that situation where this would start to fray. But more importantly, when we put a rim and tire on, we actually balance the rim and tire specifically as a match set. When you break it down, then you've got to rebalance the wheel and tire, because when you rotate this tire, it actually has a different center that may have a little bit more weight than somewhere else, and as you rotate the car, you want to counterbalance that weight. So having a set that's already balanced, you literally pull off the old one, put the new one on, and away you go. If you gotta break it down, then you gotta break it down, reseal the bead, rebalance the tires.
What if I forget to take my winter tires off?
That's actually a really good point there, Karen. Like I said to you, these things start to work at 7 degrees. These things stop working at 7 degrees. So what happens now is as the temperature starts to rise, this rubber compound, as you can see right here, you can see my fingers pushing it together, it's very, very soft. And it's designed to be soft on purpose so it actually grabs that snow and ice and pushes it out. When the temperatures start to rise, this becomes like a pencil eraser tip. They wear out really fast. So it's very important to get these off in sort of April, May time frame, or sort of, I wouldn't say March, April. Pull these off and put your all seasons on or your summer tires on.
Does my insurance get affected if I switch to winter tires?
So that's a point that's a bone of contention. The province of Ontario, I'll tell you right now from personal experience, my insurance company is TD Meloche. They physically asked me when I went in to renew my policy, do I have a set of snow tires? And they mark it down on the policy. And if you think about it logically, the insurance company is mitigating the risk. The fact that you now have a tire that is able to cope with inclement weather conditions in the wintertime means they, as an insurance company, feel their risk has been reduced because you've done everything you can to make sure your car is as safe as possible in the summer and in the winter. Now that is totally dependent on your insurance company, your insurance rates. I physically do get a break on my insurance when I do tell them my cars are being operated with snow tires in the wintertime. But you want to check that with your insurance company first.
Where can I store my winter tires?
So Karen, I realize that we've gone through a rim and tire set. We've gone through a full combination, which is kind of hard and unwieldy to lug around and put in your garage, wherever the case may be. With most dealerships today, Coventry, North Jaguar Land Rover, no exception, we will actually take these, we'll scan your information on there, etch it onto the wheel, and cover these wheels up and take them off and store them for you. So we take care of all that stuff for you. You come in the spring, we take your winter tires off your car, we store them for you, and put your summers back on. And that can be taken care of right at the dealership so you're not lugging them around. So how one can tell whether that's a bona fide winter tire or snow tire, will have a little mountain sign right there in the symbol that lets you know with a snowflake on it that this is a tire designed specifically for winter. It'll also have the M and S on it, which is mud and snow. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate the time. Please look out for more videos that we have out there. We're going to be dropping some more nuggets of wisdom for you to help your driving and help your journeys be better for you in the long run. Thanks a lot. From Coventry, North Jaguar Land Rover, Dirk signing out.